Welcome to the Wallyhood blog. I'm Tyson Baty, writer and real estate broker, and I'm here with Wallingford celebrity Paul Brown, owner of Wally Pets, Wallingford's premier pet store. Paul, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Tyson.
Great. Paul, I wanted to start this interview by asking you, on your business card, you have your nickname highlighted, Brownie. What's the history of that nickname?
My last name's Brown, and I've been called Brownie pretty much my whole life.
So it's just a classic
Just
that
a
evolved over
classic,
time.
Yeah, abbreviation.
And how long have you been in Wallingford for?
I've been here actually about 30 years. I moved here shortly after I arrived from Hawaii, and I stayed in this neighborhood because I like it so much.
And how long has the Wally Pets business been here?
Wally Pets has been here just over 11 years.
Any stories from that amount of time, those 11
That's
years?
11 years of my life.
Wonderful. And what do you love about the Wallingford community?
I just like it's close knit. It's very it's comfortable. It's easy to get around. You can walk pretty much any place. People love their neighborhood, and there's a lot of dogs and pets in the neighborhood.
Speaking of a lot of dogs, would you say that there was a Wallingford puppy boom over the pandemic, i.e. a lot of dogs were purchased by their owners over the pandemic?
Absolutely. It was a little tougher though because of the pandemic and wanting to keep everybody safe. We did a lot of curb pickup and that, but we did see a lot of new animals and new puppies come in the store. A lot more people got pets. It helped me, but it also helps them because pets, life's just better with a pet.
Speaking of different types of animals, do you have any customers that come in here that have interesting choices for pets, like lizards and things?
We unfortunately the animal passed, but we just had a great conversation with the family that had a corn snake. And they had it for a pet, and I was just amazed. And they came in to show me pictures because unfortunately, the snake passed. But they wanted to tell me stories about how he was part of the family, and they would take him outside and let him climb up in the trees. And he was a beautiful, beautiful creature. And other than that, we get a few cats on people's shoulders, definitely some rabbits, but mostly dogs and cats.
Great. Great. Well, Paul, you were telling me just the other day that you are a very experienced international traveler. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I just love to travel. Mostly it was because of I had an archaeological background from school, and mostly I was visiting ruins, but then I fell in love with wildlife, and most of my more recent trips have all been about animals and cultures. I've stayed with a lot of indigenous people because there's usually a lot of wildlife there too.
So tell me a little bit about the wildlife that you enjoy. I believe you said you had a favorite sound of an animal that you wanted to show me.
Oh, I do. It's made by the Indri lemur, and every morning and evening for about 5 minutes they let people know that they're around. And I traveled to Madagascar, and one of the highlights was to hear this sound. So when I found out where the Indris resided in Madagascar, I had to travel through the jungle at 3 in the morning in the dark to get to the spot where they would be, because this only goes on for 5 minutes. So at night in the dark with a headlight, I practiced the route like 3 times before I did it. But boy, was it worth the challenge.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So the other day when I was in here, you were talking about how, and I can even hear the beginning of it for the day, next door they're building what I believe is an apartment building.
Yeah,
and you wanted to talk a little bit about the construction that's been going on in Wallingford and how the neighborhood has kind of been changing. Do you want to weigh in on that in any capacity?
The deal is we all want things to improve the neighborhood, make it more comfortable for everybody, because it's our home. And the best thing to do is just be real positive. It's been a challenge sometimes with parking and just the inconvenience of trucks around, but I'm staying positive, and I want what's best for the neighborhood. And eventually, when things get built, we're all hopeful that it'll make our lives better.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. Well, I feel like you've been doing a great job of keeping people's lives better here. I've been a customer of yours for just about 3 years now, and I want to say that the way you operate your business is very inspiring. You're very generous. Is there a story behind the generosity that you give your customers?
I think it's old school. People want to feel like you really care, and if you really sincerely care, I believe you're going to have customers.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for meeting with me today. You're a true gem of Wallingford. Thank you.
Keep traveling.